G'day and welcome to the box seat. I'm Pete Anthonus. As always, it's good to be here to preview Wednesday's racing from Ascot Racecourse. A quick check of the forecast. Weather is 32 degrees and sunny. The rail is in a 14 metre position and the track will be a good 4. The first race on the card jumps at 1:52. It's a TABtouch Better Your Bet handicap over 1600 metres, and our horse in focus for this event is Action Figure, last seen at Ascot.
But is very deep coming into the home corner. No Mean Feet led at the top of the straight from Look Us Over. Called upon by Poi with Action Figure switching back to the inside, but No Mean Feet now races clear. No Mean Feet explodes away down the outside. Trade Prize coming with Family Discussion. No Mean Feet though with a handy lead. Trade Prize keeps coming, but it's No Mean Feet. A double for Shooter McGruddy.
It's a tricky little race to get off to a start here at Ascot. Action Figure seems to lob into a perfect position and has had some decent form over this 1600 metre trip previously. Last start we saw it behind No Mean Feet. It didn't necessarily get the best run in transit, was held up for a little bit of the stretch, but only finished 1.5 lengths behind that galloper. This race doesn't seem to have a great deal of pace and it has shown a good turn of foot over the last 400. So at a little bit of odds, I'll have a go with Action Figure. My second pick is the 3 Shawish, which has been racing in pretty consistent form, albeit in slower run races at Pinjarra. But it does, with the services of Willie Pike, seem to get into a good position and also has a nice turn of foot over the last 600. Third pick is the 1 I Am Spartacus, who looks the main leader in the event, draws nicely, and if it can run along at a good tempo, should be able to get the job done. And fourth pick is the 2 Rock This Country, who is stepping up to the 1600 for the first time, and if anything to go by, its last 200 does suggest it will get that trip. But for me, I'll start the day with the 4 Action Figure on top from 3 Shawish, 1 I Am Spartacus and 2 Rock This Country. Race 2 at Ascot jumps at 2:27. It's the Morley Growers Market Maiden over 1400 metres, and our horse in focus is the 12 Divine Quest, who we last saw at Pinjarra.
VB levelled up, got the head in front now from Zarmirit. Fetchmore Ramo joined them both quickly though, and soon afterwards races to the lead. A length and a half to the squirt. Now Divine Quest from right back in the field starts to thread its way through traffic. Over on the inside, Fetchmore Ramo is the leader, trying hard the squirt. Divine Quest, Fetchmore Ramo, the squirt went to it. I thought Fetchmore Ramo...
Divine Quest's last 2 runs at Pinjarra have both been pretty solid. This isn't a particularly strong maiden, and its last couple of starts, the actual overall rating would be good enough to be figuring quite strong in this event. From gate 2, it does draw quite soft. I suspect Geordie Turner can settle the horse maybe a little bit closer to the speed. I'm not expecting much more than midfield, mind you, but that might be enough to get the job done. The 10 Sheerness is the second pick, which again was well supported last start, and it eventually sat in the breeze, and Alan Kennedy jumping on board this start. He'll need to do a little bit of work to get the horse into a position early. Third pick is the 6 VB, who does look the most likely leader and has been reasonably solid in its previous couple of gallops. And then fourth pick is the 3 Diffusion, who's coming out of a nice trial behind Gloryland. But if we go back to previous form, it's been finishing in races behind Indominus, Deception Game and Unicat, so it's not the worst form going into a maiden. It's a little tricky race, it's a big field. 12 on top for me, Divine Quest, from 10 Sheerness, the 6 VB and the 3 Diffusion. Race 3 at Ascot jumps at 3:05. It's the Amelia Park Lamb handicap over 1,000 metres. And our horse in focus has come off 2 trials. It's with a new trainer, Michael Lane. That horse is Party Night, and we'll have a look at its most recent trial from Larkhill.
And the leader got away though, Party Night. Back in behind them, over on the inside is Gates of Babylon, and they're followed by Aspen Star, and the pen is right down the outside at the 200 metre mark though, and Party Night is doing it well. It leads by 1 3/4. On the outside is Dear Calder. Lady Legina's battling on, but Party Night's going to do it all the way, and Party Night sprints home to win by a length and a half.
Party Night's had 2 trials under the care of Michael Lane. First trial, no blinkers, and we saw it racing 3 wide without cover and really just seemed to tire late. Put the blinkers on for the most recent trial and it managed to get the job done over Dear Calder, who we saw was a really impressive winner at Ascot last week. I think from the soft draw it should be able to fire straight across to the lead and prove pretty tricky to get past. It looks like it's back at its best form. Second pick is the 1 My Demi, who last start wasn't suited. It was restrained right back to last, and although that does look the same thing in this smaller field, that looks in itself more suitable. We go back to its previous start and it was second place behind Fabuccino, which is pretty strong form. Third pick is the 7 Route 88. Again, 2 trials back in. Looks like it's back to its best form. If we go back to those, not last prep, but the preparation before, it was quite a consistent galloper over the sprint trips. And then the fourth pick is the 4 League of Nations, who has a jockey change to Jared Noske. It's still got a sticky gate out there wide and 8, so he will need a little bit of luck getting the horse across, but I do respect the stable, and especially when they team up with Noske. But we'll go with the 9 Party Night on top. From 1, My Demi, 7 Route 88, and the 4 League of Nations. Race 4 at Ascot jumps at 3:40. It's the Hose Masters Handicap, over 1,000 metres, and our horse in focus, last seen at Ascot, is Don't Fuss.
Requisition. Second last, further back in the field, Frosty Beverage in company with Monash. Don't Fuss hit the front, tackled though by Atacama Sky. Then 2.5 lengths to Beautiful Mind with ground to make. Further back, Requisition. On the inside, Don't Fuss, Atacama Sky. Now Beautiful Mind starts to come at them quickly. Beautiful Mind ranges up in the shadows, dives at them, got there I think right on the line.
Don't Fuss wasn't suited last start. It settled in the breeze, which is always a tricky spot to be in for a galloper, but it was also not suited by a mid-race slowdown, and the horse itself was very strong late. It was only collared by Beautiful Mind towards the end, and that galloper had every advantage over Don't Fuss on the day. Willie Pike jumps back on. We saw 2 starts ago. He rode that horse to a 1-length defeat behind Hoboken. So for me, the wide gate, a little bit of a concern, but overall, Pike should be able to slot the galloper in with what looks like a good pace in this event. Second pick is the 4, which is Guns of Navarone. Hasn't been suited the last 2 starts. 2 starts ago, it was blocked for a run up the straight. Last start, it went back towards the tail of the field and had to make a bit of running. This field is a little bit smaller, but looks like a bit more genuine pace, so it should be able to use its turn of foot over the last 600 metres. Third pick is the 6, Atacama Sky, who is consistently running places without winning, but the horse is nearing its best form. On my figures, it's 2 lengths away from its personal best, and that is the best it's been going in quite a while now. And then the 4th pick is the 3, D'Andes, who's a tough on-pace galloper. He looks like he might be able to find the front or at least box seat, and at his best form, he'd go close to winning this. But the 2 on top, Don't Fuss. From 4, Guns of Navarone, 6, Atacama Sky, and 3, D'Andes.